At this very moment, a version of you is living the consequences of decisions that you haven't even made yet. Imagine it, not in metaphor, but as a literal fact. Physicist Jean-Pierre Garnier Malet demonstrated that you exist simultaneously at different speeds of time. While you navigate life second by second, your double is racing ahead, exploring thousands of possible futures in accelerated motion, mapping outcomes, learning lessons, and testing scenarios beyond the reach of your conscious perception. Consider the sudden certainty that stops you from taking a wrong turn or the irresistible impulse that drives you to change your life entirely. These are not random urges, they are the fingerprints of your accelerated self. Your double has already faced the dead end you cannot yet perceive. It has lived through the pain, the errors, and the consequences of choices you have yet to make. Every hesitation, every insight, every déjà vu is the bridge that connects your linear consciousness with this accelerated navigator of time. Why, then, do we so often ignore these signals? How many accidents have we avoided without ever knowing it? How many opportunities have slipped by because we lacked the awareness to perceive the invisible hand guiding us? Jean-Pierre Garnier Malet's work mathematically proves that these phenomena are not mystical, they are measurable, observable, and logical outcomes of the unfolding of time in layers operating at radically different speeds. Malet's discovery began in 1988 while studying fluid mechanics. The behavior of particles and fluids in motion hinted at a deeper principle: time itself is not a uniform river flowing in one direction. Instead, it unfolds like overlapping waves, with some currents moving billions of times faster than others. To explain certain quantum behaviors, Malet introduced the concept of temporal unfolding, proposing that a single particle, or a single consciousness, can exist simultaneously in multiple temporal dimensions. Think of this like watching a movie frame by frame while someone else watches it at 1,000 times the speed. The fast observer experiences entire sequences in moments that are mere blinks for you. Your double functions in this accelerated time, exploring countless paths and scenarios in the span of what feels like seconds to your conscious mind. Every decision you make, every relationship you consider, every career move you ponder, your double has already lived through them, analyzed outcomes, and prepared guidance. This exchange of information is subtle yet constant. It happens through temporal openings, brief windows in which accelerated time interacts with the linear perception you experience. These windows occur most frequently during paradoxical sleep, REM sleep, when your brain is hyperactive while your body is immobilized. In these moments, vast streams of information flow from the double to your ordinary consciousness. This explains why some of humanity's most groundbreaking ideas have arisen in dreams. Mendeleev visualized the complete periodic table in a dream. Kekulé envisioned benzene as a serpent biting its own tail. Tesla claimed that his inventions appeared fully formed during moments of deep relaxation. Each of these discoveries was a gift from the double, a condensed solution generated through accelerated exploration and transmitted during temporal openings. But communication does not only happen at night. Daily life provides countless micro-openings. The sudden insight in the shower, the answer that comes while driving a familiar road, the clarity during meditative states, all are moments when your linear mind quiets, allowing accelerated consciousness to speak. The rational mind must step aside so that this compressed knowledge can be received. Your double is not predicting the future. It is living potential futures in real accelerated time, consolidating the experiences of thousands of possibilities, and transmitting actionable intelligence to your ordinary self. When intuition tells you to stop, to pivot, or to leap, it is not fantasy, it is precise information distilled from lived experience at an unobservable speed. Those who consistently make extraordinary decisions, executives, scientists, artists, have developed a connection with this double, consciously or unconsciously. They learn to trust sudden hunches, unexpected insights, and moments of synchronicity because these are the data streams of accelerated consciousness, condensed into a format accessible to the linear mind. Lucille Malet, Jean-Pierre's wife, documented hundreds of cases of people who learned to consciously access these communications. Executives made counterintuitive yet highly profitable business moves. Doctors diagnosed rare conditions based on inexplicable intuitions. Ordinary individuals avoided fatal accidents simply by obeying impulses whose origin they could not explain. Your double is not a passive observer, it actively participates in shaping potential futures. Every thought you have, every intention you plant in your mind, is processed by your accelerated self. Consider your desires and worries as seeds. In the accelerated timeline, your double cultivates them, exploring countless permutations, testing consequences, and refining outcomes. There is a constant feedback loop. What you send to your double in the form of thoughts, questions, or intentions becomes the foundation for the scenarios it tests, and the results are transmitted back to you through intuition, dreams, and synchronicities. This means that when you ignore a strong gut feeling, you are discarding the outcome of thousands of simulations already performed. Every rational decision made purely against intuition is a choice to operate with limited information, while your double already holds a full dataset. You are navigating life blindfolded when a map exists, meticulously drawn by a version of yourself operating at a speed incomprehensible to ordinary perception. Time, as you experience it, is an artificial construct of human consciousness. Linear time, the past, present, and future flowing sequentially, is a necessary illusion for learning and personal growth. Without it, there would be no cause-and-effect learning, no emotional development, no accumulation of wisdom. But this linearity does not define reality. Garnier Malet's mathematics demonstrates that consciousness exists in multiple temporal layers simultaneously. The past, present, and future coexist. When you recall a memory, you are not retrieving a relic of the past, you are tuning into a frequency that continues to exist on another temporal plane. The same principle applies to potential futures. When your double navigates these accelerated timelines, it accesses real possibilities that already exist in the quantum field. Each scenario is a living reality, waiting to be experienced, refined, and communicated back to you. The act of receiving intuition or insight is your consciousness recognizing the patterns already observed and tested by your double. This is why profound knowledge often arrives fully formed and instantaneous, bypassing incremental reasoning. Quantum physics provides further insight. At the quantum level, particles exist in superposition, multiple states simultaneously, until observed. Your double operates at this quantum scale of consciousness. All potential outcomes coexist simultaneously until your awareness collapses them into actionable information. The condensed knowledge of thousands of potential futures arrives as a singular, coherent intuition that seems impossible to explain. Your double's influence is visible in phenomena that defy conventional logic, premonitions, clairvoyance, synchronicities, and déjà vus. Vivid dreams, sudden insights, and inexplicable recognitions are not coincidences. They are signals of your double's ongoing work. For instance, you may dream of a place you've never been or a person you've never met, only to encounter them later with a sense of deep familiarity. This is not imagination, it is a transmission from your accelerated self, a map prepared in advance of your conscious exploration. Synchronicities, the meaningful coincidences that defy statistical explanation, are the double signature in your observable world. Think of the moments when you need a piece of information, and it appears in perfect timing, or when a thought about someone triggers a call from that person moments later. Carl Jung dedicated decades to studying synchronicities, identifying the principle of acausal connections, but Garnier Malet provides the mechanism. Your double manipulates probabilities at accelerated speed to align meaningful events in your linear experience. The practical implication is profound. Developing conscious access to your double transforms decision-making. Instead of relying solely on sequential reasoning, you can integrate a higher-order intelligence that processes far beyond the capacity of ordinary consciousness. Entrepreneurs, scientists, and ordinary people who cultivate this connection find themselves in the right place at the right time, anticipating opportunities, avoiding pitfalls, and making decisions that appear almost preordained. Dreams are one of the most direct channels for this communication. During REM sleep, the brain enters a highly active state, while the body remains immobile. In this moment, your double can transmit fully formed solutions, symbolic messages, or intuitive guidance. History is full of examples, Ramanujan received complex formulas in dreams, Edison accessed inventions in hypnagogic states, Kekulé solved molecular structures through symbolic imagery. In each case, the double condensed information from accelerated timelines into forms that the ordinary mind could decode. Intuition during waking life operates on the same principle. That sudden, inexplicable feeling that guides you away from danger, nudges you toward a decision, or sparks a creative solution is not random. It is the condensed output of your double's accelerated simulations. The physical sensations, tightness in the chest, a pit in the stomach, signal the density of the information being transmitted. Linear reasoning struggles to interpret these signals, which is why we are often advised to trust our gut. The quality of communication with your double depends on mental clarity and emotional state. Fear, stress, and anxiety act as static, blocking transmission. Calm, confidence, and focused attention create clean channels for accelerated information to emerge. Practices like meditation, breath work, and intermittent fasting amplify this connection. Ancient spiritual systems intuitively understood these principles, teaching techniques that quiet the conscious mind and expand perceptive capacities. In daily life, micro-openings in time provide additional opportunities for interaction. Moments of autopilot, repetitive tasks, or brief periods of mental zoning are windows where your double can communicate. Each acknowledgement, each conscious pause, strengthens the channel. This is why journaling dreams, recording insights, and noting synchronicities are essential for developing mastery of temporal communication. The double is also responsive to precise questioning. Clear, intentional questions sent before sleep or during deep relaxation yield the most actionable answers. Vague or emotionally charged queries generate noise. The framing of the question determines the quality of insight. For example, instead of asking, "Should I take this job?" you might ask, "Reveal the path of greatest growth if I accept this opportunity." The response is nuanced, insightful, and aligned with accelerated analysis. The first indication of your double's influence is vivid, lucid dreams. These dreams often overwhelm you with clarity, emotion, and physical sensation. Unlike ordinary dreams, they leave a lingering sense of presence, as if you are experiencing an alternate reality. You might witness events you haven't consciously lived or acquire knowledge beyond your current skills. These dreams are temporal openings where your accelerated self transmits condensed information from potential futures directly to your consciousness. Recurrent dreams amplify the importance of the message, signaling that your double is insisting on your attention. The second sign manifests as sudden, irresistible intuitions. You might be walking, driving, or engaged in routine activity, and a strong impulse arises, sometimes with a physical sensation in your body, that compels you to act immediately. Ignoring these impulses can lead to missed opportunities or accidents, while following them often prevents negative outcomes. These intuitions arrive fully formed and instantaneous, bypassing the step-by-step reasoning of the conscious mind. They are not guesses or whims, they are the product of accelerated analysis conducted by your double. Synchronicities serve as the third indicator. When events align in improbable but meaningful ways, it is a signature of your double orchestrating information through probabilities. You might think of a person and immediately receive a call from them, or a book might fall open to the exact page containing the answer you needed. Numbers, signs, and repeated patterns become guides, showing that your conscious choices are synchronized with pathways already explored by your accelerated self. Paying attention to these coincidences strengthens the feedback loop. Déjà vu is the fourth sign. Neuroscience often dismisses it as a memory glitch, but your double provides a different explanation. You are experiencing a moment already lived and transmitted during a temporal opening. When you sense the next words, actions, or events in advance, it is not imagination, it is recognition of information previously shared by your accelerated self. Frequent déjà vus indicate alignment with your double's guidance, while their absence suggests that you are navigating life without access to this expanded intelligence. The fifth sign is waking with complete solutions to complex problems. From chemical structures to innovative inventions, the double condenses infinite possibilities into symbolic or directly understandable formats. For example, Kekulé dreamed of a serpent biting its tail, leading to the discovery of benzene's structure. Edison accessed inventions through hypnagogic states, holding metal balls to signal the moment of temporal opening. These insights are processed, refined, and transmitted by your double during periods when the conscious mind is quiet and receptive. The sixth sign is sudden, absolute shifts in life direction. You wake with an unshakable certainty, ending a long-term relationship, rejecting a seemingly perfect opportunity, or returning to your hometown. These are not desires or fleeting wishes, they are knowledge transmitted by your double to avoid paths of unnecessary suffering. Ignoring these impulses often leads to regret, while honoring them aligns your life with pre-tested, optimal pathways. The seventh sign is immediate recognition of new people or places. You meet someone or arrive somewhere for the first time, yet a profound sense of familiarity overwhelms you. Conversations flow effortlessly, and navigation feels instinctive. Your double has already explored these interactions in accelerated timelines, preparing you for optimal engagement. This recognition is a confirmation that your consciousness is synchronizing with experiences already processed by your accelerated self. To consciously access your double, Garnier Malet developed a precise protocol. Begin as you lie down before sleep. Mentally acknowledge your double's existence, recognize that this accelerated self is actively mapping potential futures on your behalf. Express gratitude for its tireless work. Gratitude is not a ritual, it is a frequency that opens the channels for clear communication. Formulate your questions carefully, avoiding yes/no formats. Use specific, intention-driven language such as, reveal the best path regarding my work opportunity, rather than, should I take this job? Sincerity is essential. Your double knows your hidden fears, desires, and intentions. Pretending or masking your true state creates noise that blocks communication. Admit fear or uncertainty in your questions to enhance clarity. Keep a dedicated notebook by your bed. Upon waking, before fully opening your eyes, immediately record insights, even those that appear nonsensical. Your rational mind often discards symbolic or abstract messages, but these contain the highest value information. Consistency strengthens the connection. Daily practice, even in small increments, signals receptivity to your double. Developing inner listening during waking life, pausing to acknowledge intuitions or synchronicities without immediate analysis, improves the signal-to-noise ratio. Over time, this builds trust and amplifies the flow of information from accelerated time to your conscious awareness. Intermittent fasting, meditation, and breathwork further enhance these channels by reducing distractions from bodily processes and quieting linear thought. Environmental conditions also matter. A slightly cool room during sleep facilitates temporal openings. Avoid bright screens before bed to allow the brain to transition from beta to alpha and theta states, optimal for receiving accelerated information. Candlelight or dim yellow lamps create the ideal environment. Over time, your double begins transmitting in layers, gradually revealing more complex insights as your receptivity improves. Following this protocol transforms decision-making. Instead of agonizing over choices, you plant a question, maintain receptivity, and wait for insights to emerge through dreams, intuition, and synchronicities. Executives, scientists, and ordinary people report startling improvements in results, from accurate business decisions to complex problem-solving, once they integrate these steps. The linear mind still executes, plans, and organizes, but now operates in partnership with the infinitely faster, higher-order processing of the double. The profound outcome is a fundamental shift in your relationship with time, choices, and life itself. Anxiety about the future diminishes, regrets about the past dissolve, and synchronicities and guidance increase. You move from reaction to alignment, flowing with the intelligence already working to optimize your experience. Life becomes a collaborative process with your double, the accelerated self that ensures your navigation through existence is guided, informed, and supported. Once you have established basic communication with your double, the next step is integration into daily life. This involves developing the ability to intercept temporal signals in real time, not just during sleep. Temporal micro-openings occur throughout the day, brief moments when the barrier between linear and accelerated time becomes permeable. They appear as sudden insights, gut feelings, or unexplainable clarity in decision-making. By pausing and consciously observing these impulses, you strengthen the feedback loop between your ordinary self and your accelerated self. To actively leverage these signals, practice mindful pauses during routine activities. While walking, showering, or commuting, stop analyzing and simply notice the flow of thoughts, sensations, and impulses. These gaps are the same temporal openings your double uses to transmit information. A 2-second pause may seem trivial in linear time, but in accelerated time, it represents hours of your double consolidating insights and testing scenarios. The clearer your attention, the more detailed the information you receive. Intermittent fasting enhances these moments by quieting digestive and metabolic processes, freeing energy for subtle cognitive functions. The Tibetan and Vipassana meditation traditions harnessed similar principles for centuries. Focused breathwork, especially rhythmic breathing at 4 to 7 Hz, aligns brain waves with theta states, allowing deeper access to accelerated consciousness. Holotropic breathing, drumming, or chanting in resonance with theta frequencies can dramatically amplify the flow of insights, making intuition more vivid and actionable. Environmental tuning is another key factor. Slightly cooler sleeping conditions promote REM and deep sleep efficiency, supporting temporal openings. Dim lighting or candlelight before sleep facilitates a natural transition from beta, alert, to alpha and theta, receptive, states. Avoid screens that emit blue light, as they maintain beta frequencies and block accelerated communication. The goal is to create a physical environment that mirrors the conditions under which your double can transmit optimally. Advanced practitioners develop a daily journaling system specifically for insights from the double. Begin with questions or intentions in the evening: show me the path of greatest alignment for my career, or reveal patterns I cannot see in my relationships. Upon waking, write down dreams, sensations, or flashes of insight immediately. Over time, patterns emerge, connecting seemingly unrelated symbols, numbers, or events into actionable guidance. This builds a temporal map of your accelerated self's work. Real-world examples highlight the power of this integration. A Parisian doctor, after applying Garnier Malet's protocol for several months, tripled her accuracy in diagnosing rare conditions. She mentally reviewed patient cases before sleep, asking her double to reveal unseen aspects. Morning after morning, insights arrived fully formed, guiding her clinical decisions. Similarly, entrepreneurs using structured nightly questions reported counterintuitive but highly successful business strategies emerging almost effortlessly. The double also interacts with your long-term planning. While linear consciousness struggles with sequential problem solving, your double can simulate thousands of scenarios instantaneously. This includes career decisions, relationship choices, and financial planning. By maintaining awareness of micro-openings and developing daily inner listening, you tap into this expanded cognitive resource, accessing pre-tested paths that optimize outcomes. Feedback loops are crucial for refinement. The more you act on information received from your double, the stronger and more reliable the channel becomes. Each successful application reinforces trust, allowing your double to transmit increasingly nuanced insights. Even apparent failures carry lessons. They indicate areas where your attention or intention was misaligned, refining the algorithm of your accelerated self's guidance. An advanced practice is conscious two-way dialogue. Beyond asking questions before sleep, develop the habit of mentally checking in with your double during waking life. When faced with uncertainty, pause and pose a clear question: show me the best way to navigate this meeting, or reveal the critical factors I am missing in this decision. Avoid forcing an immediate answer, allow impressions, images, or emotions to surface organically. Your double communicates in multiple modalities: visual, emotional, intuitive, and the richness of information increases with your receptivity. Another practice is pattern recognition training. Your double often communicates through symbolic sequences or synchronicities. Keep track of repeated numbers, encounters, or events and notice recurring themes. Over weeks, these patterns converge into meaningful insights. For example, a person may repeatedly see a specific symbol or color when considering a business move. Upon acting, it correlates with opportunity, guidance, or validation from accelerated time. The most transformative aspect of advanced integration is living in alignment with accelerated guidance. Anxiety diminishes, procrastination decreases, and decision-making becomes fluid. Linear reasoning still functions for execution, but intuition guides strategy. You begin to act in anticipation of events rather than reacting to them, effectively co-navigating reality with your double. Life becomes a collaborative exploration where obstacles are minimized, synchronicities increase, and outcomes optimize naturally. Finally, the realization that your double is your true consciousness operating outside linear constraints transforms self-perception. You are no longer limited by fear, past mistakes, or uncertainty. Every insight, dream, and intuition is a reminder that your expanded self is working tirelessly to optimize your experience. By practicing these advanced techniques consistently, mindful pauses, journaling, environmental tuning, meditation, and conscious dialogue, you become fully integrated with the accelerated self, creating a life guided by foresight, clarity, and aligned action.